I hope you're having a great day and I hope you had a great weekend. Today I want to share something with you that I learned over the last couple of days, and I've been applying it and it works, and that's why I want to share it with you. It's worked for me. It's starting to work for a couple of patients that I work with, so I figured that, it's working and we should try it. All of us are different. We have different ways to cope with stress, anxiety, finding compassion sometimes. We're stuck in traffic, we're angry, we're stuck in airport lines, we're angry, we're stuck in relationships, we're stuck in work areas or workplaces where we have difficult colleagues or difficult bosses. How do we get through this? Because, while we keep internalizing all of these emotions, we understand that every single emotion that you keep in and you decide to suppress has to come out at some point. I see this all the time with my patients, people, friends, everyone. Whatever you suppress has to come up. Now it can come up in the form of anger, irritability, frustration, poor behavior, violence, and even disease. We all know that. Suppressed emotions over the years can express themselves in the form of disease, or it can express itself in the form of pain. You have a constant pain in your body, or you wake up with these constant headaches, everything's fine, clinically you're okay, you're eating the right foods. Suppressed emotions, anything that's toxic that you keep in your body for a long time has to come out. So now, I was watching this video with this beautiful Buddhist monk. She's a nun actually, not a monk. Her name is Pema. She's also an author. And I was watching this interview where she spoke about a very simple method that she uses. And she teaches people around the world. Okay, let's say you're stuck in traffic, or someone says something to you that makes you angry. She spoke about these three powerful words. Just like me. Just like me. What does she mean by this? Let's say, for example, you're stuck in traffic. You're angry. You need to get to some place, but you're late. Whatever it is, and you're angry, you have emotional turmoil in you. Just look around you and just say, just like me. There are other people in traffic, just like me, who need to reach a place, who are probably late, who are probably tired after a long day of work. So now what happens? You move away from just your suffering and you realize that there are people around you who also are in the same situation as you. So it moves us away from being self-centered, like it's always about us. We make ourselves victims. Oh, why is life doing this to me? Why am I always late? Why is traffic like this? Why is this person always late? Why is this person always rude? We become very self-centered around our approach, and our perception creates our suffering. How we think or see a particular person or an event or a thing creates our suffering. So just like me, such a powerful statement. Your boss is angry with you, someone's disrespecting you, someone's nasty to you today. I'm not saying you got to become a doormat and accept this, but in that moment, you can't change anything. Just like me, that angry boss also wants to be loved, also wants attention, also is trying to make a livelihood, also has a poor childhood, also is going through maybe struggles that you don't know. So just like me allows us to feel compassion for those few moments which otherwise could make us angry, irritable, resentful, guilty, negative, all of those negative emotions. Now, I'm not saying that we become a victim to an angry boss or a toxic partner or a toxic colleague. No. At that point, we realize that those people, like us, also seek the same things, but they have different expressions of behavior. They have different ways of not being able to cope with the problems that they may have. But everyone's seeking love, everyone's seeking attention, everyone's seeking appreciation, everyone's seeking acknowledgement, most people are trying to be healthy, everyone's trying to do something for their own good. So those beautiful three words, so powerful, it touched me and I said, let me start practicing it. Because I am one person to constantly get angry when I'm in traffic. And it's always about me. Oh, I need to reach my patient on time. If I had reached on time, I could have seen 3 patients by now rather than being stuck in traffic. That makes me self-centered, and I'm trying to control a situation or react to a situation that's beyond my control. And then I look around and I see a line of cars. And just like me, everyone has something that they want to reach to. No one's just sitting there and enjoying the traffic. but they learn to be peaceful with it because there's nothing that you can do. So like that, our life can never be perfect. Even if you're in love with someone, there will be days where that love may not be perfect. There may be ups and downs, there may be squabbles, there may be fights, all of these things. But just like us, someone else is also seeking the same things that we are. So we make it all about ourselves. Oh, I'm seeking to be healthy, I'm seeking to be loved, and it's all about us. But everyone around us is seeking it in some way or the other. Now that helps you feel so light in your heart. It doesn't mean we have to accept poor behavior. It doesn't mean that we have to accept anything that we don't want to accept. We can always talk about it. We can always be compassionate for that moment and then go back to that person and say, I don't like the way you talk, it's disrespectful. Or I don't like you, these are our boundaries. Or you can draw boundaries. You can operate from those boundaries with assertiveness, respect, but also compassion. Now, why would we want to do this? For our own peace. For our own peace. Because every time we start getting constantly angry, you know how your day is going to change. A few moments of anger just takes away from the next couple of hours or from whatever good that's happened before us. So compassion is a beautiful thing. It's difficult to practice, especially when you're living in a chaotic world. When you have deadlines, you have work, you have mortgages to pay, you have whatever. Everyone's got their own different problems. So it becomes difficult for us to have compassion. But we choose to find these pockets of compassion because it just doesn't benefit the other person. It benefits us. It keeps that energy of harmony within our systems, which is required for great health, whether it's emotionally, whether it's spiritually, physically, intellectually, mentally. The moment we give away our power, or we give away our mind space or our heart space, we're left depleted of energies that can heal us, that can give us energy to complete our day. So compassion just doesn't work for the other person. It works hugely for us. So just like me, whenever you find yourself in these difficult situations, just like me, that person is also going through this. It doesn't give them the right to disrespect you. It doesn't give them the right to abuse you, whether it's physically or emotionally. But in that little space, you also know that they're seeking and they're probably not getting. And that's why there's so much of frustration. Because there's one thing that you need to understand. Beneath anger, beneath frustration, beneath negativity, beneath fear, every human is actually connected. It is the fear, the frustration, the anger, the guilt, the resentment that disconnects us. But when you take away all of these things, anger, fear, frustration, negativity, all of us are connected. We are all connected. There are blinds in front of us. And that's why when someone is suffering with anger or negativity, they are suffering. They project it on you. It's not right. You know that. I know that. But sometimes when we can change our perception a little bit to keep that little compassion going, like I said, don't become the doormat. Don't become the victim. But for us to get out of that victim mode, just like me, someone else is. Like right now, everyone's suffering. Everyone has some suffering. Someone's lost a partner. Someone's lost a mom, a dad, a child. Someone's sick or someone's going to die. Everyone's suffering. Everyone is. But just like you, there are also other people suffering. When we remind ourselves of these things, we're a little bit more compassionate. And then we remind ourselves that someone always has it worse than you. I would never believe this maybe 15 or 20 years down the line. But today, in my line of work, I see someone always has it worse than you. When I used to do my ward rounds in hospitals, I would move from one ward to another. And I would always think that, oh my God, this patient, what's suffering? And I would move to the next ward and find a patient suffering more than that. And it was just that way. So when we can always remind ourselves that we have suffering, but someone out there has it worse than you, what does that give us? A little bit of gratitude, a little bit of hope. All of these things are important. And that's why I was so impressed when I watched this video by this beautiful Buddhist nun called Pema, where she spoke about these 3 powerful words. Just like me, someone else is also seeking love. Someone is seeking forgiveness. Someone is seeking compassion. Someone is seeking appreciation, acknowledgement. And that's why I always say the things that you seek for in life, if you're not giving it, you're never going to get it. It's easy for all of us to want and feel entitled to love and care and compassion and entitled. It's easy for us to feel entitled. But sometimes when I turn the mirror on these people who I talk to and they say, I never get love, I never get appreciation, I never get care. And I gently show them the mirror. How much of this have you been giving to other people of what you want? And then they're like, oh yeah, I've not been doing that. It's a simple energy. If you want more appreciation, you got to give it from your heart, not fake it. If you want more love, you got to give it. These are energies. You can't block it and expect it to come into your life. It's give and receive. That's why receiving is such a beautiful word. And receiving comes with compassion. Have a great day and a great week. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep. Remember, you care is all about you.